6 things a home inspector might not catch. Before becoming tied up with a month-to-month mortgage payment, 77% of home buyers enlist an examiner to experience their new burrows with absolute attention to detail. This is a smart thought. That additional arrangement of eyes gives buyers genuine feelings of serenity that another house won't have a flawed rooftop or split establishment. Or, on the other hand, something far and away more terrible. In any case, what a person won't understand is that innumerable problems go unnoticed amid a home review just in light of the fact that the overseer doesn't search for them. What's more, those undetected defects could mean costly repairs. Here's the arrangement: home inspectors aren't managed by government rules. Each state has its own authorizing and additionally accreditation necessities. They fluctuate, which requires 130 classroom hours of real estate investigation preparing, which requires an inspector have a business permit and a letter of suggestion and little else. That implies home buyers need to do their own particular homework to ensure they're working with a trustworthy and careful inspector. Make a point to confirm an auditor's references and solicit to survey the agenda from things secured amid an assessment. What's more, once a person has done that, approach his inspector to check for these spending busters. 1. Runny machines. In case a person is buying a home out of the blue, he is presumably swooning over having his own washer, dryer or dishwasher. Also, to ensure his new BFF won't break and make him extremely upset, an inspector should run these sorts of apparatuses to check for usefulness and holes. Be that as it may, inspectors don't generally go over every one of the fancy odds and ends on machines. Checking the water container for issues on an ice chest isn't standard. That oversight could mean he stroll into an overflowed kitchen if the seal on the water distributor is flawed or the ice machine springs a hole. 2. Broken fixtures. To put a home's pipes through hell, all fixtures ought to be turned on, toilets ought to be flushed numerous circumstances, and deplete channels regardless of the possibility that they're under the house checked for spills while the water is running. With regards to sinks, the spigots should be run sufficiently long to take care of them before depleting to detect a cracked pipe or deplete. In the shower, an auditor should obstruct the deplete skillet with a washcloth or elastic container opener and fill the shower to the highest point of the dish or floor. The water ought to sit for 15 to 20 minutes to test for spills in the deplete. That likewise enables spot if the shower to skillet is defective, which is a super costly fix. Something else: leaky shower tiles happen when holes shape in the tile grout or caulk. Furthermore, they appear just when wet. To mimic showering, the investigator needs to sprinkle his hands under the water and check the honesty of grout and caulk. 3. Split sewage and waste channels. Home assessments are constantly restricted to what is obvious and open. So splits in underground or covered pipes and deplete lines will be checked just if his overseer leads a camera review. That inside and out investigate his deplete will cost him additional. Be that as it may, the extra couple of $100s are a small detail within a bigger landscape contrasted with the thousands he will spend repairing or supplanting flawed sewage and waste channels. 4. Consumed focal aerating and cooling. It must be no less than 55 degrees Fahrenheit outside, keeping in mind the end goal to run a unit temperatures lower than that can make harm the aeration and cooling system. That implies assessments done in cool temperatures could have an overseer overlooking the AC out and out. So if it's excessively frosty, making it impossible to run the unit, approach his investigator what he looks like for potential issues. He will need to ensure the overseer inspects all associations and searches for indications of harm. Also, if the temperature is 55 or higher, ensure the AC is keep running for a few hours to test the working of the unit's condenser loop. We've had clients see buildup or water leaking through the dividers in a couple of hours or overnight. Also, unless the AC is keep running for a few hours, that is something a home reviewer would be unable to see amid his gone through. 5. Unsafe DIY changes. It may entice to spruce up his home with some DIY extents before putting it available. Yet, in the event that those home changes are finished with low-quality materials or not introduced legitimately, a buyer could confront an extreme and sudden redesign. A DIY remodel could be perilous, as well. In the event that a cellar or storage room is done without appropriate licenses, electrical and plumbing work won't be up to code. Furthermore, that could mean potential harm or much threat to the occupants. 6. Moist yards, decks, and galleries. A person won't consider decks and galleries as wellsprings of costly breaks. Be that as it may, expenses of harm can surge up to $100,000. A deck or gallery can likewise have genuine security issues and be in danger of fall. Getting some information about splits, rusted glimmering, and delicate regions around channels can enable keep to water from saturating his home. One last tip: most home examinations are performed no less than 2 months previously shutting. A great deal can change in that time, particularly if a house is empty. Consider having a subsequent examination the day of shutting to guarantee he is not buying a cash pit. For free samples of probates, inherited, foreclosures, absentees, a landlord, vacant, code violations, evictions list, visit www.relsupermarket.com.